everyone, this is Katie here from the Myofascial Self-Care video course online, and today I wanted to talk about how many of us sabotage our healing progress. And I know how this can happen because I have done it myself. And this is something that is very, very common, so it's something to feel bad about. But if you are feeling frustrated, if you are like, when is this going to be over? Like, when am I going to get better? Please do listen. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is this funny story from that I heard from Tara Brach. And if you don't know who she is, she's a meditation teacher, and she tells really great stories. So this one is about a young monk. He goes to live in a monastery, and he has his meeting with the head monk or the master monk or whoever. And during the meeting, he can ask any questions. And he says, so how long will it take me to reach enlightenment? And the master monk says, well, if you stay here at the monastery and, do your meditations and follow the schedule, every morning we wake up at 5 or whatever, and we have this meditating all day, then it will take 10 years. He says, okay, what if I wake up 2 hours early every morning and do extra meditating? And the master just looks at him and says, for you, 20 years. So if you guys don't quite get it, the point of that story is that it's really all about your mindset. If you are like rushing, and if your sort of mindset is very impatient, it's going to be all the more harder for you to heal. It's actually going to double or maybe even triple or extend indefinitely your not healing. And this is why. And I'll tell you a little bit about my own story. So I've always had some issues with my jaw. And there was a period when I had really bad jaw pain. And I just really hated it. I can't even describe it any way else other than I hated it. Like, I just hated it. And I kept trying all these different things. I kept working on my jaw. It never got better. And I was doing myofascial release too. And for some reason, I kept at it, even though I wasn't getting better. I kept the faith, but I just was feeling like so hopeless and like it was never going to be resolved. And excuse the meowing background here. If you guys haven't noticed already, I have a cat. She is very vocal. So anyway, yeah, I wasn't getting better, and it was like this constant bracing against the pain in my jaw, this constant bracing against this feeling that I hated my jaw pain. It was like non-acceptance to the max. And it is really true that you need to accept. You need to start by accepting first your situation. And I say this with, the most compassion. I know how hard it is. I know how much it sucks. It really does. And it's just, it's awful to be in constant pain every day. So I'm not saying this like off the cuff. I'm not saying this like, oh, you should just accept your pain, you're doing it wrong. That's not what I'm trying to convey here. But what I am trying to suggest is that the more you resist, the more you're going to tighten up, the more you're going to brace. And so much of our pain is connected to our emotions, connected to our mind. If you are stressed out, if you are like just super unhappy, mentally speaking, your body is not going to get better. It's not. So this non-acceptance of the fact that you do have pain that you need to look at, and this sort of resisting against it, and this sort of wanting to just bypass everything and get better right away, obviously you're going to want that, and obviously you're going to feel that way. We all are. So don't like beat yourself up about it. That's normal. That's like the natural human reaction, especially in our culture where everything's like instant gratification. But pause and just do your best to start to slow down, start to feel, and start to kind of let go of that need to be better right now. I can't tell you how exactly to do that. It's going to be different for everyone. But I will tell you that that is what you need to eventually find your way to doing to overcome that pain and to get better. So it's kind of a catch-22. You have to let go of wanting to get better in order to get better. And you can't let go of it with the expectation that that's the result you're going to get. You have to let go of that outcome. You have to let go of that timeline in your mind for your own sanity so that you are not so miserable, okay? The more we deny the truth of what's happening, the more miserable we are, even if the truth of what's happening is horrible. You need to face it. You need to say, okay, I have this pain. It's not changing at the moment, or it's not getting better as quickly as I want it to. And that is just where I'm at. I'm not going to go on and on in circles in my mind about how I don't like that, because that's just not going to make you better. It's just going to make you feel worse. It really is. So I hope that helps. I know it might not be exactly what you wanted to hear, but I'm sure it makes sense to a lot of you. You know, we have meditations in our course that talk about this, and any kind of mindfulness practices that you can get your hands on will really start to click with what I was just talking about. So just write us a comment or an email if you guys have any questions about what I was talking about in this video, and I hope that you are having a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. I'm not sure this is going to be exactly what you want to hear, but please do listen, because if you are feeling frustrated and... Oh my God. You're burning your fur, you insane cat. Okay, let's start over.